Okay guys, so now we're working on to finding the circumference of the circle. Now please remember the circumference is, I'm going to draw over here, all the way around. So as if you're walking around the oval, circumference, okay? All the way around, the long word. Now there are two formulas that you can use for the circumference, but we're going to ask you just to use one. The reason why is that it becomes really confusing because there are more and more formulas. So what this formula here says is circumference is equal to pi, and then because the d is right next to it, times the diameter. So the diameter is all the way across your circle, okay? Now the other one you can do is 2 pi r, which is 2 times pi times your radius, which is only halfway across, okay? We are going to look at this one. This is the one that I want you to write down. So I want you to write down circumference is equal to pi times diameter, okay? And if we're given a radius, which is just the halfway, we're just going to double it, so then we have a diameter. And I'll show you what I mean as we go. So please write down that pi, circumference is equal to pi times diameter. Alright, let's move up. So if we have a look over here, we've got a question that says calculate the circumference of the following circles to 2 decimal places. So let's look at A. So we said, and we'll write down our formula, circumference is equal to pi times diameter. Please excuse my handwriting. What is the diameter? The diameter is 9. So in your calculator, and I've got mine here, put it on, clear. We're going to go pi. Now my pi is, on the green calculator, it's on the left-hand side column. So we're going to go pi times diameter. So you would go times 9. And your answer is going to be 28.274 whatever, but it says 2 decimal places, so that's my second decimal place. I look next door at the 4. Is he big enough to change him? No, he's not. So he does, because he's given me his power, and my answer is 28.27 centimeters. Don't forget to put your centimeters in. Okay, now if we look over here at B, we've only got a radius, which they're telling us is 3 meters. How do we make that into a diameter? Because we need a diameter. Well, the way we do that is that we just double it, because basically then we make the line go all the way across. So that's 3 meters. It now becomes 6 meters because we doubled it. So circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. So we go in our calculator. Pi times, what is the diameter? The diameter is 6. And it gives you 18.849, and it carries on. Now we want to go to 2 decimal places. The 9, we look at the 9 because that's the number. The 9 is big enough to change the 4, so our answer is 18.85 meters. Okay, because we pushed that up. You don't have to do the formula each time you start it, but I would just say for the first couple, put the formula in so that you're sure and that you know what to do. Now we're going to go to the next page. Alright, so now we're going to have a look at these shapes. This starts making it a little bit more complicated. Okay, we've now got half of a circle. So when we're doing our circumference is equal to pi times diameter. So we've got our pi. What is our diameter here? Our diameter is 5. But do we have a whole circle? No. What kind of? We've got half a circle. So we divide that by 2. So if we put that in our calculator, we go pi times 5 divided by 2, and we get 7.853. 2 decimal places, so it's actually the 5 we're looking at. Can the 3 make the 5 any bigger? No, it can't. So the answer is 7.853. But what we've done is we have just done the perimeter of that shape. So we've gone that way around. We haven't done the red part, which they want as well. So how do we do that? We add it on. So we go 7.85 plus, and what's our little red line that goes across, or the pink line, plus 5. So 7.85 plus 5, or 7 and 5 is 12. So it will give us 12.85, and it was meters. Okay, so answering the question, find the perimeter of the following shape. The perimeter means that you're walking that way and you're walking that way. So don't forget to add your 5. Let's have a look at B so we can work that one out. So first of all, we know, if we can look over here, that our circumference is equal to our pi times our diameter. So first of all, we don't have a diameter here because we've only got, what part of a circle have we got? Well, if you look about it, you can see we've got a quarter of a circle, don't we? Okay, that's just 1/4. You can imagine the other quarter there, other quarter there, other quarter there, gives us a circle. Okay, so let me rub that out. Where's my rubber? Okay, so if we look here, what is our, so we've only got a radius. How do we know? How do we change our radius into diameter? We double it. So 7 plus 7 will give us 14. So we go, our circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. So we're going to go pi, and my calculator, I'm going to go pi times 14, because 7 and 7 gives me 14, and I'm doing my diameter. Alright, and that gives me, but before I do that, I have to divide it by, remember we divided this one in half, this one we have to divide by 4, because it's a quarter of a whole circle. So we would go pi times 14 divided by 4, and that will give us 10.995. Well, the 5 is big enough to change the 9, and the 9 will go to 0, which will make that, so basically it goes to 11. That will make that a 0, which will make that one a 0, 2, which will bump that one up to 11. But remember, we haven't finished yet because we haven't added on our pink side. So we've got a pink 7 and a pink 7. So we add on 14 plus 14, and our answer is 25 centimeters. All right. That's probably as complicated as it's going to get. So just have a look, see what part of a circle it is, divide it, and then don't forget to add in your side ones, because remember, all we've done is actually told them what the outside is, but we need to tell what that bit is there too. Alright, let's go ahead and have some fun.